Hi guys, here Romy from Musa Excel, this channel, and I want to talk about overwhelmment and how to navigate it in a more intelligent way. Overwhelmment brings so much suffering to people, especially when you're blaming yourself for your clumsiness or for your forgetfulness, for all the things that are falling off your plate. When your plate is too full, inevitably things are gonna fall off. What happens is that around May time, this is the philosophical part of Musa, just observing something and making a commentary on it does not make it true for everybody, but it definitely is a dedicated observation. And what I found is that around May time seems to be compressed. Somehow, a lot of projects have been started from the beginning of the year, and a lot of dreams and expectations are at different stages of development, and a lot of things are inconclusive. There's a lot of things that are just in process of, but you don't know what's going to be the outcome. Also realizing that a lot of the things that you planned and projected for are not manifesting in the way you wanted. So all of that gives people a sense of overwhelmment, and women are comfortable utilizing that language and maybe saying, I feel overwhelmed. Men do not use that term that much. That doesn't mean they don't feel it. It's there. It's for everybody. This is universal and democratic. The recognition I want you guys to have is that that state is a state of suffering. It could be light suffering and it could be intense suffering. Go into the texture of how that feels for you. It might feel like a light stress, insidious bad mood, or just tension that doesn't give in. And the outward manifestation of repressing that or suppressing that continuously is that your life snaps. You have accidents, you have snapping with people, you forget commitments, mix up things. So that is the manifestation. That's it. That's universe tapping you, say, hey, pay attention, return to center, return to center. And for some people, they're so numb to this, to recognizing what they're feeling, that they have to have like a big bitch slap to wake up to the fact that they're just running on fumes. So step back and recognize where you are and get FOMO. This is what I want to say. Get FOMO about your life. Overwhelmment is hijacking your current moment, making you believe this illusion that all of these things need you and that you have to be plugged into all these things, otherwise they're not going to flourish. Whatever it is, do not believe that. You're losing the enjoyment of the present moment because you are fragmented about all of these other things, right? Or even the expectation that there is an end goal where you're going to decompress when you reach this state, when this gets completed, or when you arrive to destination somehow. I don't believe that. I don't want anybody to believe that, because I become suspicious of the promise of that. Your life, it's now, including the moment of overwhelmment. The way I want to share with you that I hope it helps, it's very simple. I discussed it in one of the most popular videos from the first season in Spanish, and I saw it the other day in the corner of the dashboard on YouTube's creator, and I thought, I've never seen this. The most viewed video is the one about overwhelmment, and I thought, oh my God, this is such a recurrent theme for people. When you become aware that you're in a state of overwhelmment, you can become aware fully consciously because you are stressed and suffering, or you can become aware because something has snapped in your life in front of you. You cut a finger, you forgot 3 birthdays, whatever it is that you're like, okay, this is not working out. Your health collapsed. A call to return to present moment, to really deeply to return to present moment, surrender to the present moment. The first thing you have is you recognize that you are suffering. You recognize it for yourself, which means recognizing that there are parts of you that are vulnerable to the stress of life. That is instant compassion. Be compassionate with yourself. That is so hard for people who are ambitious, for people who are driven, for people who are alpha, for people who are masculine energy. It's a practice that you choose. You choose as the boss of your life to try to understand how that feels for yourself. You recognize what is true, which is that you're in pain, whether it's because physically something punched you or because just emotionally, psychically, and environmentally things are collapsing for yourself. Recognize it, sink into that, accept it, and that already it's a bridge into a new state. And then you decide to return to the present moment. This is what's going to exit you from the overwhelmment, which is an illusion, a full-blown illusion that the past needs you, the future needs you, but not the present. You return to the present moment with whatever practice you use for that, whether it's breathing deeply, meditating for a second, washing your hands, whatever it is, holding something that is a natural element, something that returns you to center. You start unplugging from all those things that your grid is feeding and bringing all that energy back. You call yourself back into your body somehow. Do it. You can do it. And from that moment, the next thing you do is go into appreciation mode. Find something in your environment to appreciate. Anything. You could be in an airplane bathroom. You can be in a line sweating. You could be, it doesn't matter where you are. You can find something to, you can be in traffic, the air conditioning in your face, a smile, anything that's in front of you that you can appreciate. Something that starts shifting you into a more pleasant state, where you start shifting into a satisfaction of having completed things. You finally did do your classes. You finally did do whatever. 2 things, maybe it's just one thing, but go into that. And from there, you're going to be able to start attracting more of that. When you are in a state of overwhelmment, all you attract is more evidence of how full your plate is. More things go out of alignment, more proof of how busy you are comes to you, and how things are so complicated, and how you have time for nothing, and everything is just done with tension and not enjoyment. Do not believe that. Throw a tantrum on yourself. Yes, punch, cry, and decide that you're not going to lose your moment, your current moment, where you have in front of you things that you had asked for, that had been delivered, and you're enjoying them, but you can't enjoy them because you're preoccupied by other things that are not yet ready. Whatever it is, even if it's sheets and a comfortable bed to sleep on because you're sick, doesn't matter. There is something. There's not only something, there's thousands of things that you can appreciate. And when you start pulling from that thread, you can actually sew your quilt, but you can also pull from that thread of overwhelmment, and you can hang yourself from it. So you decide what you do with that. You're going to start feeling the shift. You're going to have to go there over and over, but make it a practice. Make it a practice to be aware and conscious of when that's happening to you. Last but not least, I think these kinds of practice require that you make a decision to dedicate some sort of space or time for that. You have to build a little warp in wherever you are to stop that state of being and start inviting another one. The other option is to suppress it, to repress it, to deflect it, to project it, all other things. Very irresponsible, by the way, to walk around like a time bomb of overwhelmment, creating stress and accidents for everybody that you touch. I really want to inspire you to find it useful, to create a moment where you're like, no, wait, I'm gonna put everything on pause, and I'm going to dive into defragmenting all this fragmentation, utilizing this overwhelmment to overcome something that's insisting that I pay attention to. It's a call to return to present, really. It's a call to awaken from the illusion. Exactly what I mean with practical philosophy, practical spirituality, applied to now to bridge you from where you are to where you want to be, and to utilize suffering in a productive way that is not repetitive, but enhancing. Okay, I'll leave you with this. I hope this helps you. If you watch until now, don't forget to give it a like. Let us know any nuggets of wisdom that you have about this topic on the comments below, and let us know also where you're from. I love to know that. Bye. Mi mosquito. Que bebo esta visita tan linda.
Mommy, look.
¿Qué?
Look at me.
¿Qué estás
Look
viendo?
at my face.
¿Qué es glowing? Ah, ¿te pusiste perfume?
Uh-huh.
¿Qué es crema?
And the one,
Mira cómo se te ve la cara, qué bella. ¿Te la limpiaste con eso?
yeah, and I brushed my hair, I combed it, put some spray, I combed it, I put the dry out, and then
You blow dry it?
yeah, and then I combed it again.
Te queda súper lindo.